Project Haystack, as I said, has been around since 2011, and we adopted it very early on for that work we were doing in building data analytics. Project Haystack allows us to do semantic modeling and tagging of data that comes out of building systems, and by doing this we can much more efficiently use the data and information that we get out of building systems. So Project Haystack defines a couple of key components around semantic modeling of data in buildings. Now, semantic modeling is a somewhat abstract term, but really what it means is developing software or abstract models that have meaning. And so rather than a lot of the information that we get out of building systems these days, where it's not well understood or it's not clear to an end user, or unless you're someone who actually deployed it, building semantic models allows us to give meaning to the data, and it also allows us to develop models that can be consumed by other machines or other systems, not necessarily by humans. So Project Haystack defines a methodology and a vocabulary around building semantic models for buildings. Now, specifically what that means is, in software, I can build a model to describe an air handler or a chiller or a pump, a lighting system or a security system, and when I build that model, that can be communicated to other systems in machine consumable format. So the first part of Project Haystack is this vocabulary of tags and metadata that we use to build up models. The second part of Project Haystack is around how we transfer that information between systems. And Project Haystack defines a REST API that it can be consumed either using a web browser or programmatically by a software developer. So I can query a system that implements Project Haystack tagging, and I can extract some data or extract some models and start to process them. So today, the primary use case, and this has been the way for quite some time, has been the building services market, and more specifically building automation around HVAC systems. If we start to examine the vocabulary and implementations of Project Haystack, we are starting to see some growth into other systems. We have had a lot of work done in energy and electricity systems, lighting, security, and some other services around buildings. There are some use cases in other vertical markets outside of building services. They're not quite as well published, but they are available, and people have been doing work in other markets, but primarily in building services and property management. When interfacing with BMS systems and data analytics, we use Project Haystack in these areas. Conserve is lucky enough to be a founding member of Project Haystack. In about 2013, the group of companies got together and formed a 501c corporation in America to provide governance to Project Haystack beyond that of just an open source project. Conserve was lucky enough to be invited to be one of the founding board members at that time. We've held a position on the board ever since.